Yes, good evening. Good evening, Akash.
Sir, how are you doing?
I think we are not able to hear you. Huh?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Uh, is the voice better?
Yes, yes, perfect, perfect.
All right. Yeah. Hi, good evening. Hope everything
Yeah,
good.
yeah, absolutely good. And how are you? Good.
Yeah, God's grace going on, running along.
I think heavy rains this side.
Yes, there have been heavy rains right now.
Yeah. So, no, but sudden change in weather.
True, true. Heavy rains and good amount of lightning as well.
Correct. That's right. So we'll start in a minute's time. Uh, Maybe in another minute's time we'll start.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. So, um, I think hectic day must be for you now today. Weekday hectic one.
Yeah, the routine goes on, sir. I mean, it's now routine. Everyone's got into a habit. So,
Correct.
runs along the same way it always does. Habituated.
Correct. That's right. So we all have got accustomed to that style of living now.
True. लॉकडाउन ने
Correct.
थोड़ा ब्रेक लगाया था बट नाउ थिंग्स आर गेटिंग बैक टू नॉर्मल.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And even I think many schools have started, colleges have started.
Yeah, so yeah, slowly steadily things hopefully will get back to normal.
Yeah, should be like at least by post Navratri or around Diwali time. I think things will be better, much better than what it is today.
Fingers crossed, sir.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, nice. So we will start with the session. So start.
Sure, sir,
Uh,
sure.
yeah. So good evening, all of you. I am Shiva Muttuswamy. I'm a cost accountant and founder director of Mensa Commerce Classes. So we are having this series Insta Live every Wednesday on some critical topics and some fun topics. So today we are going to discuss one of very niche areas, actuarial science. And for that we have our expert, Akash Rugani. He's a chartered accountant and also he has completed 10 papers of actuarial science, one of the toughest courses in the entire world, the globe, one of the toughest ones, and but very niche one. So we have, and he is the founder of Finstat Academy, and doing exceptionally well in that. So we'll request Akash to give a short introduction about himself, and we'll start with the session.
Great. Thank you, sir, for having me here. Uh, it's great to be a part here at Mensa and try to share knowledge about such a niche program. Let's say lots of students don't have an idea of. So
Correct,
it's good that they have a career option, take an informed decision about what they want to plan ahead as such.
correct,
So since you highlighted just a short case, even I started. I did my CA because my dad was a chartered accountant, so I didn't ever think about doing anything else. Somebody
correct,
told me that try this course out. I just randomly ventured into it, and that's what it turned out to be good, and
correct.
progressed in it.
Great. So, actuarial science, I think one of the notions I heard when I was discussing with somebody 2, 3 days back. So that person is also a chartered accountant, but she shared her experience with me, saying that when we were in college, and that too in standard 11th and 12th. So when we heard of this actuarial science option, we thought actuarial science. तो साइंस वर्ड है तो शायद ये साइंस ग्रेजुएट के लिए हमारे लिए नहीं है.
No,
So
one of the common misconceptions. एक actuarial science is only for science student, and दूसरा misconception is कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट है. मतलब it is difficult, but it is not something that it is not manageable.
Correct. Very well. That's right. So that is the reason, then when I heard that from her, I felt maybe this is one of the right things we did by having a discussion on actuarial science. And I think I know better than you to have have you on board to discuss this.
Thank you, sir.
So Akash, we start by, if you can just give us a starting introduction of what exactly is actuarial science all about. We can start from the very grassroots level and progress step by step. What exactly is actuarial science? Can you just give a highlight on that?
So actuarial science as such is a technique of quantifying risk. Okay, quantifying risk, then obviously minimizing. So identifying, quantifying, and minimizing. Okay, those three areas of risk that is there. Predominantly, it was prevalent in the insurance sector. Now it is there all pervasive in the entire BFSI domain, or the banking, financial services, and insurance domain. The domain is broadly simple, that you learn certain mathematical techniques, certain statistical techniques. You use it to quantify and minimize risk. So in a
Great.
nutshell, that is there. It involves good amount of statistical and mathematical knowledge, but at the same time it also involves a good amount of financial understanding, because you are gonna apply all these risk management techniques
Correct.
in the field of finance, or
Oh,
banking, financial services, and insurance. So at the same time, it's a financial program.
great. I think very interesting to know that it is not just restricted to application of this mathematical and statistical tool restricted to insurance, but also banking and financial sector. I think that is one of the very important highlights of the sentence which you shared, because many of us have this feeling, it is insurance based, that's all. But as you very rightly said, it is an application of these tools of risk analysis, risk identification, and minimization. See, that is a tool that can be applied anywhere. It need not be restricted to insurance. Very correct. And how does how does one go about it? Or which standard does one start from? When what grade a child can start doing actuarial science?
Uh, okay, so I'll draw a parallel, since I assume here the audience would have a very good idea about CA. So what I'll
Correct.
do is I'll draw a parallel with CA. So
Correct.
as we have the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India here, which is under the ICAI Act 1949, same way we have the Institute of uh, same way you have Institute of Actuaries of India, okay, which is established under the Actuaries Act 2006.
Okay.
So you have to give exams as you give for ICI. You give your entrance, inter, final. Here also you have to give 13 exams.
Correct.
Once you clear those 13 exams, you become a member of the institute, and you get certain privileges by being a fellow member of the institute.
Correct.
So that's how the entire process is. So you may be doing any graduation, any course. You may be an engineer, you may be a BCom graduate, you may be a statistics graduate. You can pursue actuarial science because it has an independent distance learning concept.
Correct.
The only thing different that has happened is that Institute of Actuaries of India hasn't developed its own autonomous curriculum. So let's say ICAI का खुद का curriculum है. Institute of Actuaries of India hasn't developed their curriculum. They have adopted the UK curriculum.
Okay.
So UK becomes like the mother body whose curriculum is being followed.
Correct.
Because of which there is an advantage that if I can pursue it even from the UK institute, because the curriculum is absolutely exactly the same.
Perfect. So that's nice. I think So as you said, there are roughly 13 papers to be completed, and once you complete, you get a fellowship certificate from the Institute of Actuarial Science, Society of India. This ICI is enacted by the Parliament Act, by the Parliament through an act. Same way we have for actuarial science also.
Perfect.
Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah. And only thing is like. Somebody is asking a question, is this for actuarial science of commerce? Is this for actuarials of commerce? Means I didn't get. What is the question, Vivek? Can you just put your question properly? We are not able to get the meaning of that question. So, if a child is in standard 12 and has completed standard 12 or grade 12, can they start actuarial science program?
Yes. So there are two modes of entry. Okay. So instead of Actuaries of India ka, if you want to give papers, Institute of Actuaries of India has an additional entrance exam which is called as the ACET, Actuarial Common Entrance Test. You give that ACET, you clear, you are eligible for entry. In case you want to pursue the UK Institute wala route, you don't have to give the entrance, you can directly give the exam.
Okay.
There is one beautiful aspect that is there, or I would say it's more challenging. If you want to start actuarial science, you don't have to wait for the 12th to get done.
Okay.
You can directly start before the 12th as well. There is an advantage to this approach and there is a disadvantage to this approach.
Okay.
So first I'll tell the disadvantage.
Okay.
The disadvantage to this approach is basically you are going ahead of the curve, because
Correct.
what happens is you will have to cope up very much, because there are lots of concepts of maths and stats which you study in 11th 12th which are there in the actuarial syllabus.
Okay.
So it is double tough than what it normally is for anyone who is doing it on its own. The advantage is that आपका कोई और opportunity cost नहीं है. मतलब assuming let's say you are a commerce graduate, want to try out actuarial.
बराबर.
आपका कोई भी दूसरा alternative 12th के बाद ही start होता है.
Correct.
So मतलब let's take the scenario, आपने 11th में actuarial start किया, आप उसमें फेल हुए, या तो आपको एक्चुअल पसंद नहीं आया या तो एक्चुअल को आप पसंद नहीं आए. आइदर ऑफ द केस, आइदर यू फाउंड इट टू बोरिंग और यू फाउंड इट टू डिफिकल्ट. You can leave it, and all your alternatives, whether it be CA, whether it be CS, whether it be anything else, remain absolutely open. You don't waste out on time. You can easily pursue all the other options that are there.
Correct.
So that is the advantage. The disadvantage is that you have taken an uphill task, because you will also have to cover the mathematics concept and the actuarial concept for the exams.
Correct. Yeah, I think that was very helpful. Ki, as you said, कि 12th के बाद, yes, of course you can start, but actuarials अगर UK से करना है, मतलब आपको entrance, one option is UK से करो या फिर इंडिया से करो. अगर इंडिया से करना है तो you have to write an entrance examination, and that you can do after 10th standard. Am I right?
After 10th standard, yes.
Yes. And UK से करना है, there is no entrance exam. Directly you can
entrance exam. You can directly give the first exam.
So मतलब जब भी आप 11th में you can start giving the papers, and as Akash said कि maybe like if you suppose you don't clear those exams and you felt it is tough and not for me, or actuarial feels they are not for you, then you can drop out and explore other options and not regret in life कि मैं actuarials करता तो ये कर देता था या मैं इतना बड़ा आदमी बन जाता था. All those thought process is deleted at the inception itself. Yeah, that is very nice. And what are the subjects? ये बहुत important part हो जाता है कि क्या subjects इनको पढ़ने पड़ते हैं. Maths, stats तो मेरे ख्याल से सब लोग को clear होगा. Maths, stats. Yeah.
Okay. So एक मैथ स्टैट्स है. Since somebody asked here commerce के लिए है या नहीं. So there is a business subject which is absolutely commerce based. So you have accounts also as a part. you have economics also as a part. So
Correct.
if I talk about the first 6 subjects, there are 2 subjects on mathematics, there are 2 subjects on statistics, and there is 1 economics and 1 accounts. This is the initial series, the first 6
Okay.
papers.
Correct.
After that, there is one more subject in business games, which is basically business awareness modules, which is
Okay.
fairly simple. So that becomes your 7. After that, there are 3 exams which come as application subjects, and finally you have to choose a specialization. So the last 3 are basically specialization subjects. They can choose whichever they want. There are 4 to 5 streams. You can become an actuary in life insurance, you can become an actuary in
Okay.
general, you can become in risk management, you can become in finance and investment. You have to choose that.
Okay. Great. So that sums up 13 papers of actuarial science. Great.
True.
So, matlab, as we could understand from Vivek, maybe he's asking actuarials and commerce का क्या connection है. That's what we interpreted, and he's answering that. कि yes, 2 पेपर मैथ्स के हैं, 2 पेपर स्टैट्स के हैं, एक इकोनॉमिक्स का है, and one is business paper, and then you have 2 papers which is based on applications. Then 3 papers you have on
Specialization.
specializations where you have to choose and select out of it. Correct? So that's nice. And like ये जो perception रहता है कि वह टफ है, ये टफ है, इसके बारे में क्या कहना है आपका? कि टफ मतलब बहुत लोग ऐसा कंपेयर करते हैं सीए वर्सेस एक्चुअरियल्स, तो टफनेस का कोशेंट में ये कैसा कंपेरेबल है?
So I'll give a very good analogy. CA जब मैं पढ़ रहा था ना, तो 4 months I was studying like day in day out. कुछ नहीं, सुबह 8 से लेके रात के 8 तक you are completely studying for the last 4 months of the final exam.
बराबर.
Actuarial में I let's say didn't study that much for any actuarial exam. मेरे को ऐसा याद नहीं कि मैं 4 महीना सब बंद करके बैठा हूँ. The reason is CA is very very vast. If I look at the final or the inter, if I look at the final, there are 8 exams spanning over 16 days. Each of those 8 exams is 1,000 pages of learning.
Correct.
It is very very difficult to go through all the 8 subjects. That is the challenge in CA. It is very vast. On the contrary, actuaries में कैसा है, एक पेपर देना है आप 1 2, 2 देना है 2 2, 3 देना है 3 2, 2 में पास हुए और 1 में फेल हुए तो सिर्फ 1 ही देना पड़ेगा. वो there is no concept that पूरा ग्रुप आएगा.
पूरा ग्रुप आएगा, बराबर है.
So that way it is fairly manageable.
Correct.
Very depth of it, so it is very deep in terms of its concepts that come. So that way it is difficult. I'm not saying that it is not difficult. What I'm trying to compare is the level of effort that is required in a CA exam is far more because of it being very vast.
So good comparison. So as Akash said कि CA is very vast. 8 पेपर है इंटर में, फाइनल में 8 पेपर है. एवरी पेपर के लिए 1000 पेजेस पढ़ना पड़ता है ऑन एन एवरेज. तो आपका हर पेपर के लिए 1000 पेजेस पकड़ लो तो 8 पेपर हो गए, 8000 पेपर पढ़ना, 8000 पेजेस पढ़ने हैं ओवर 16 days ऑफ द एग्जामिनेशन. देन सेम विद सीए फाइनल आल्सो. एंड जब भी इन्होंने बोला कि एक्चुअरियल साइंस में उस तरह नहीं, इट्स नॉट वास्टनेस, इट्स मोर ऑफ डेप्थ. सो डेप्थ इज वेरी हाई. So that is how it gets compared. So it's not a question of tough, it is a question of different aspect of study has to be explored.
True.
To increase the depthness of knowing a particular concept or study. And iske baad like we will also like to get some numbers ki all India basis pe. Yes, we all know CA में roughly 3 lakh chartered accountants are there all over India. If I'm not wrong, that's the figure, no? Around 3 lakhs.
More than that, I feel. But हाँ, 3 to 4 lakhs होंगे, मतलब broad range. Broad range.
Yeah. So around 3 lakhs. That's last what I heard was 3 lakhs. And actuarial science के क्या numbers होंगे, like तो अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी मालूम पड़े, बिकॉज बहुत लोग का ऐसा रहता है, सब लोग सीए कर रहे हैं, हर बिल्डिंग में सीए है, हर घर में दो सीए है, ऐसा बहुत लोग बोलते हैं, हर जिधर देखो तो सीए का ऑफिस दिखता है। तो कुछ लोग बोलते नहीं, कुछ अलग करेंगे हम। तो इसलिए आई आस्क्ड कि भाई कितना नंबर्स होंगे इन इंडिया अबाउट।
So actually, I think Indian Institute has around 500 members who have completed everything, the fellow members, and all over India, I think around 10 to 20,000 would be the number of kids who are pursuing the actuarial exam. So the population as such is very less, which is pursuing. It has great scope. If you are done with actuaries, it's, let's say if you have become a fellow member, it is very very big thing, because you enter into a league of around 500 600 individuals.
करेक्ट। एंड सबको इंटरेस्ट रहता है ना कि अगर ये 500 लोग जो है, जो एकदम क्री प्लेयर है, जिनका एक्चुअल साइंस पूरा हो चुका है, तो रफली उनका पे पैकेज क्या होता है, कॉम्पेंसेशन क्या होता है, सो दे कैन स्टार्ट ड्रीमिंग अबाउट दैट कि भाई ऐसा कुछ। बहुत सारे लोगों का ऐसा मनी ड्रिवन ऑप्शन भी रहता है, नथिंग रॉन्ग, बट ऐसा एक ऑप्शन रहता है उनका।
True. So, but as a sincere career advice, don't get attracted for the money aspect of it. Money aspect is there in every curriculum or every. I can give you any examples of CA earning X amount and CA earning nothing as well. Same way, actuaries में भी ऐसा निकलेगा. It is about you that is important. Broadly, if I talk about a pay package for an actuary, a qualified actuary, let's say with a very minimal work experience, 20 से 25 लाख per annum पे होगा. Let's say that pay packet, if you become an appointed actuary, can go up to crores as well.
बराबर, great.
It is all with the experience that you bring in.
Correct, absolutely. देखो, you जैसा बोला ना, any company pays you X amount, you have to generate more revenue than that, no?
Obviously.
हाँ, so आप वो X आप पे कर रहे हैं, आपको तो आप 10X जनरेट नहीं करोगे तो आपको देगा ही नहीं।
True, very true.
वेरी सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है वो। एंड किसी ने पूछा एग्जाम डेट्स का कुछ क्लैरिटी देंगे क्या? दैट वाज एनीवे पार्ट ऑफ आवर क्वेश्चन सेशन, somebody has asked now.
So exam dates, if I talk about, the UK exams are conducted April September. The Indian exams are conducted March and September again, but there is a gap of 15 days. So broadly, March, April, September are the exam months. Twice a year, all the exams are, मतलब all the subjects की exams होती है. You can choose which exam you want to appear for and give that exam. The prep time is roughly around. So if I talk about, मतलब थोड़ा सा differ होगा the prep time. So let's say if I'm from a science background, typically stats मेरे लिए easy होता है. If I'm from a commerce background, तो मेरे लिए वो accounts और economics वाले papers easy होते हैं.
बराबर.
Broadly, but 200 to 300 hours of prep time is what you have to factor in. So around 4 months.
Correct.
For one exam, yeah.
So what we understand is exams are usually conducted twice, around April and September tentatively, and UK exams as well as India exams around that time. 15 दिन का gap होते हैं. And Nitya, we have discussed how many papers? So 13 papers is there. So 13 papers is what you have to clear for become an actuary. Fine. And now the next part is like so subjects, हमको papers मिल गया, subjects मिल गया. तो can you just give a highlight of approx cost क्या होता है? What is the cost of giving these exams? Totally.
Okay, so so broadly, there are three types of fees that you pay to the institute.
Okay.
The first is the one-time registration fee. So the one-time registration fee is around £250 if you are talking about UK. So around 25,000 bucks. The second fee that you pay is every year around 8,000. The third fee is 8,000 rupees, yeah, around £79 or 8,000 rupees.
Okay.
The third fee is the exam fee. Every exam is around 100 to 120 or 130 pounds. So every exam is around 10 to, let's say, broadly 15,000.
Okay.
depending upon which exam you take, थोड़ा सा आगे पीछे है 10-20 pound का. So ideally the way I look at it is you have to target, let's say if you are in your graduation, you have to target to complete anywhere between 4 to 6 papers along with
Correct.
your graduation, and the overall cost for that would not be more than I think 1.5 lakh for the institute. And let's say if you go for any coaching or any further help, there will be another 1.5 lakh that will be incurred. So not more than 2.5 to 3 lakhs over a period of
Okay.
3 years.
Great. So I'll just put it what I understood like UK. If you want to give UK exams, so first you have to do a registration, which is around 25,000 rupees in Indian rupees. Then every year you have to pay 8,000 rupees annual charges. And whenever you want to give an exam, for every paper you have to pay 15,000 to the institute. These are the institute charges. And if you have to take some extra coaching for these papers, which you normally require, so that will cost you another 20 to 25,000 per paper, depending on which paper it is.
Correct.
Yeah. And some question from the audience will clarify that. So when we can start UK, that he has already clarified. After standard 10th, you can start your examination. On an average, in how many years can one become an actuary?
So ideally on an average, it's 5 to 6 years from the time you start. That's the average time required. But
Correct.
ideally the challenge किधर आता है is that let's say पहले 5-6 papers along with your graduations you clear. उसके
Correct.
बाद once you start working you have to clear the remaining papers. And work एक बार चालू होता है उसके बाद पेपर क्लियर करना स्लो हो जाता है.
Correct.
So ideally 5 to 6 years on an average. If you are very good, maybe 4 to 5 years. But at least 6 years is what I feel is the time that typically a person takes to become an actuary.
Correct. So, roughly you clear 2 papers every year. One paper one time, so 2 papers every year. So 13 papers are there. So maybe 6 years time. That's what is a rough calculation.
Yeah, very ballpark calculation. Yeah.
And what is the passing ratio? That is another question from the audience. Passing percentage. So passing percentage they want to know.
Passing percentage again varies from paper to paper. But
Okay.
ideally for every 100 students appearing, it is anywhere from 20 to 40-45% for the easier exam. So generally economics and accounts have higher passings. The remaining ones have lower passing. Broadly 20 to 40-45%.
Correct. So anywhere in the range of 20 to 45%, depending on paper, because every paper the level of difficulty is different. Like maths, there is one paper which is very difficult. Stat, one of the paper is very difficult. But comparatively, business papers are easy. Accounts paper is easy. So that is why the percentage of passing varies from 20 to 45%.
Yeah, and we are talking only about the initial. आगे वाले में और कम है. So मतलब if I go ahead, it may be कि no one passed भी आता है. But उसका population set बहुत छोटा है. So मतलब if I talk about the specialization papers, around 15-20 all over India give or 50 all over India give. उसमें से 2-5 clear भी हुए तो 10% हो जाता है. So that population set is very small. So we are not referring to those stats.
Correct. Thanks. And another question from the audience only. Does the institute provide study material?
Yes, the institute does provide study material. It's readily available and you study from that study material only. Ideally, if you enroll for coaching or coaching help, you will get study material in the form of practice exams and all that.
Okay. So to study from the institute material, they will provide you material. So their charges are inclusive of the material, or material has some additional cost?
No, charges are inclusive of the material.
So the initial registration fees which you pay will give you the material. Okay, great. And somebody is also asking a question: which is better, Indian institute is better, or the institute doing it from UK is better? That's another question. Many are interacting.
So, in terms of institute, there is one disadvantage of India, that you start later, which is there. Apart from that, India is a little, let's say, a little difficult as compared to UK. But in terms of the overall case, broadly both are same. I would not distinguish both as such.
Okay. So both the institutes are almost the same, because as you said, India doesn't have its own curriculum or study material. Everything is borrowed from UK only. So study material content is the same.
Correct.
Maybe like UK is a little more expensive and India is cheaper to do. And also like you shared key, maybe doing the examination pattern of UK is better.
Correct. So the way the exams work in the UK is that they have a set pattern. India में भी set pattern है, but as we all know, so मतलब ऐसा कभी कभार होता है कि let's say first question बहुत difficult आ गया, the kid पूरा पेपर खत्म ही नहीं कर पाता. But UK has a set flow of how the level of difficulty rises.
Correct. Okay. So that is the difference between India and UK. So maybe like if somebody doesn't have any monetary consideration, doing from UK may be better option from them. If the money is not the constraint, then. Correct.
True.
And sir, is Mensa opening any classes regarding actuarials? Yes, of course, we will do coaching for actuarials also. Okay, that will let you know. And okay, but we are surely will will have classes for actuarials. And there is another question, like I'll just read out the question. What is the difference between BSc in actuarials and actuarial science and the course which you have explained now? They are saying, what is the difference between BSc in actuarials and actuarial science?
It's so ये जो curriculum है is integrated into the BSc course itself.
Okay, correct.
And it is very subjective. Some go to the level of the actuarial exams, some don't go to the level of actuarial exams, but ultimately you need to ensure that actuarial exam complete करना है. If I have to draw a very simple parallel, वो BAF और CA हो गया. BAF cover करता है CA का syllabus, but it does not go to the depth that is required. Some institutes, some courses go, some don't go. बहुत subjective है if you get into the university education that is there. But you need to ensure that you are able to clear papers. That is the bottom line, because for you to clear exams, for you to become an actuary, you need to clear exams.
Correct. So, like, if I am just reiterate what Akash said is, like, even if you do BSc actuarials, still you have to clear actuarial papers. That's what is a simple conclusion. Like, by doing BSc actuarial, you don't become an actuary. They'll not give you a fellowship of Actuarial Society of India nor UK. You have to do actuary papers separately. Correct. Only thing is that maybe if you are doing BSc in actuaries, maybe writing the papers may be easy, but that depends upon what is the curriculum of the college or institute which you have joined. If they just if they just do it superficially, which is done most of the times, then for the namesake you are doing actuaries, but actually don't gain anything out of it.
True. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. And I think some question which we already answered, like somebody is asking which is the best college for actuarial science. There is no college for actuarial science. There is no college for actuarial science. It's ICI is a body which is there for conducting CA exams, course material, issuing certificate. All those things are the responsibility of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. उसी तरह there is a Institute of Actuarial Science in India and UK, which is responsible for conducting exams, designing the curriculum, and monitoring everything. Okay, so there's no college. They will design the curriculum, they'll design the study material, conduct the exam. Preparation is upon you, how you prepare it. You do it on your own, or you do it through a coaching class. They are not concerned about it. Right? And
Yeah. So it's all linked to the institute. You need to ensure
Correct.
that whatever you do, you are linked to the institute.
Correct. There is a question, very technical one. Suppose a person who has given CM1 and for second attempt he will be giving CS1. So if he fails in CM1, then what about CS1? Will he be able to give CS1, or will he have to attempt CM1 again? I think
So,
that was clarified, but still.
Yeah, Mahi, I am assuming you are referring to the non-member exam that is there. You may appear either CM1 or CS1 till you clear either of the two, which is allowed without becoming a member. You will not be able to progress. So to answer your question, ideally, if I fail CM1 or I am not confident of passing CM1, I should ideally give CM1 again, because studying an entirely new thing does not make sense till you clear the first one.
Okay. Yeah, that's I think that brings a lot of clarity to mind then. And Shilpa is saying some question not taken. Can you just repeat your question, please? If we do UK course, is it useful to get job in India?
Yeah, both have equal recognition. See, एक बहुत बड़ा चीज है which I told at the start. I'll just reiterate again. UK ने India ने UK का curriculum copy किया. Let's say, I'll not say copy, has accepted that curriculum. So if I've accepted that curriculum, you have to study from the same curriculum, same textbooks, everything is the same. So that is why you are evaluated in an equal fashion.
Correct. Do you recommend IAQS, as there are exemption to few papers, or we should appear papers from outside?
So there are certain institutes which have got exemption recognitions. Ideally, I would take this question separately, but there are certain institutions which have got exemptions which you have to evaluate on your own and then decide on it. So मतलब ऐसे कुछ courses हैं इंडिया में एक ही है, but abroad there are some courses where, let's say, if you do the master's program in actuarial science, you get certain exemptions. वहाँ पे institute ने कुछ university courses को recognize किया है. So by doing them, you get certain exemptions in the exams, which is beneficial if you want to clear the program.
Oh. Thank you. And any other question we missed out? Can we do actuaries along with CA?
Ideally, both are a little diverse in terms of their application. So, matlab, actuaries has some different area of application, CA has some different area of application, and both are very tough in terms of their curriculum. So, ideally, unless, I mean, you are very, very exceptional, I mean, it's a very, very subjective call. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि दोनों करने जाए और फिर दोनों में लटक जाए.
Correct.
So that is something that we need to take care of.
I think if I put it straightforward, since I know this student, I think you have to do one at a time, and you feel as you can. If you want to start, you can start with CA, finish off CA, then do your actuary science, or you do the reverse. You start with actuaries, finish off actuaries, then do CA. Not both of them together. That's is that's advisable thing. Okay. And still that one more question is there. IAI is better or IFQA
So
is better?
IAI is the Indian institute, IFOA is the UK institute. There is no such thing as better or worse. There are some considerations that you look at. So cost is one consideration. UK is a little expensive because you have to pay in pounds. UK has an easier entry criteria because you don't have an entrance test there. Indian,
Correct.
on the contrary, has an entrance test. You have to clear the entrance test as well. So as such, UK का जैसे हम लोग ने बात किया कि has some set patterns. India has a little difficult pattern, but I mean I would not decide my actuarial career based whether I want to do India or UK. It is more so how I want to pursue it forward.
Correct. Perfect. And we said we have repeated that this answer in many of in our session itself. Like the major difference is the monetary aspect of it. If you can afford to do from, if monetary consideration is not a consideration at all, if that is free for you, that is not a point of discussion, then better do from UK. That's what is the concluding simple answer to answer. And there is one more question from Harsh. Sir, when do I have to enroll for UK 1? I just cleared my standard 12. Confused about when is it starting?
So ideally, you can start your learning now. The exams are in April.
Correct.
You start your learning. Your registration with the institute will hit somewhere around December, Jan.
Correct.
You register with the institute and give the exams. So you start your learning now.
Correct. So you start your learning now and you can appear for April examination, April 2022 examination. Okay. And I like another question. Sir, can you please tell something about time management techniques in CA Inter or CA Final? I think CA Final, CA Inter, time techniques is a very subjective one and we are not discussing that now. And actuarial science, time management, maybe that Akash will answer.
So as I told you, every exam is around 200 to 300 hours of learning bare minimum. There will be some where, let's say if you're a commerce background, you will be able to do it in a lesser case because you're already having some background on that. And somewhere you will have to explore more time because you have to develop backgrounds on that. So broadly, we give our advice paper to paper, individual to individual. But if you study 3 to 4 hours a day for around 3 months to broadly 4 months, depending upon when the exam is, I don't see it being very difficult for you to cover up the portion and have decent amount of practice done. So you are well prepared for the exam.
Thanks a lot. And can you just give us an idea what type of job does an actuary do?
So as a fresher, let's say if I talk about the 4 to 6 papers, if you have cleared 4 to 6 papers by graduation, broadly your pay packets are around 5 lakhs plus or minus, let's say 10 to 20%. That is broadly the pay packets. Along with that, you have to start clearing the exams, and that is how the growth comes. So 4 to 6 papers ka broad pay packet hai 5 lakhs plus or minus 10 to 20%.
And what is the job profile they will be working in? What is the job profile?
So broadly, you start generally as an intern or an analyst. Now, depending upon what industry you are. So if you are in the life insurance industry, life insurance mein broadly there are 4 big areas of work. One is valuation. So life insurance ने जितना policy बेचा है उसके सामने ना उसको it has to hold certain reserves. So there are certain techniques. How do you calculate that reserves?
Correct.
Second is if I have to develop a new product. Third is if I have to price a product. So let's say X is the product. What is the premium that I have to charge for it is also determined by an actuary. New products is something which is done by an actuary. The profile is more so same in insurance as well, general insurance as well. Then you enter into finance. Finance may, if I go to the banking side, you need to have good techniques on credit risk, market risk and operational risk. So credit risk quantification के बहुत सारे models होते हैं जो बहुत technical होते हैं, which actuaries can work upon.
Right.
Market risk के बहुत सारे models होते हैं जो बहुत technical होते हैं, which actuaries can work upon.
Right. Thank you. And can we give 2 to 3 papers at a time? Yes, of course, that has been answered. You have an option
Yes,
of
you
giving
can.
either one
It's up
paper.
to you.
Yeah, 1 paper, 2 paper. You can give all 3 papers. You can give all the papers also. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. That is a question of your preparation. You know how much you are able to prepare. Right? And Devadana, there's a question here. When to apply for coaching classes? Is it before we enroll or after we enroll?
No, before, because enrollment structures typically are 2 to 3 months before the exam. Classes broadly begin 4 to 5 months before the exam.
So, like for example, if April exams you have to give, the classes may begin in November.
Yeah, around October, November is where we begin.
Yeah, November the classes will begin. But as far as the institute is concerned, they will open the registrations somewhere in the month of January. So that is how the planning is. So first you enroll for classes, start preparing, and you will also get a feel of the subjects also. Subjects, your ability, the scope of the subject, and it will bring more clarity before you register there. Because initial registration fees itself is 25,000, per paper is 15,000. So before you put that money, at least you get a hang of those examination content. That will be more helpful. Can you suggest some classes for studies of actuarials? We said we will be doing a classes for actuarials. Can we choose BBI instead of BCom?
See, you choose anything on the commerce side. Broadly, you will get help in 2 subjects, which is accounts and economics. Baki, any subject that you choose in the commerce side, baki sub subject mein you will need help because they are very technical and very difficult. Anything you choose it as per your aspirations, as per your let's say the thing that you enjoy. Everything is fine as such. Actuarial mein koi beech mein nahi aayega.
Correct. Fair enough. Okay. I think anything else you would like to share? I think I think a lot of understanding we have gathered from you, and we have answered almost all the questions whichever we have come across. If something is left, the audience can put it again. If we have missed out something, or if I have missed out something, Akash can share that.
No. I hope same way I've answered majority of the questions. The only thing that you need to decide upon, so let's say closing, let's say if I have to say, if I want to do actuarial science, there are 2 broad answers that I have to give myself. 1, I should be good at math stats. I should have an aptitude for it. 2, I should be enjoying the finance domain. If these 2 cases answer a yes, you should explore this domain, decide, and then take it ahead. And there are, so there's someone who's asked, and I'm just taking the question, that it takes 10 long years to become an actuary. होने के लिए CA को भी बहुत बार, मतलब let's say I still have my dad's friends who took let's say 20-30 attempts to become a CA as well. So होने के लिए तो you can stretch it across to 8 to 10 years, but on an average is what we are referring to. So there will be people who are done it in 4-5 years also. There will be 6 years, 8 years as well.
Correct.
So as such, you should not be disturbed by that. Your game should be these 2 things that I told. If you like these 2 things, you feel you can do it. Math stats is something you like, finance is something you enjoy, and you have an aptitude for it, go ahead and explore the field out.
Perfect. And what will be the fees? That is the coaching class fees. That's another last question,
So it varies from paper to paper. So the economics and the accounts papers have a fees of 14,000 each. The maths 1, or let's say CM1, has 30,000, and CM2 has 22, CS1 is 20, and CS2 is 30.
Correct. So roughly like tough papers are 30,000 and easy ones are around 14,000-15,000. That's the range.
Correct.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Akash.
Thank you,
Thanks for
sir.
accepting our invitation and coming on board and enlightening the entire team out here and audience. So very thankful to you and best wishes. We'll connect again and come up with some news on classes for actual science.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure coming here and interacting with all the students. It was great coming. Thank you, everyone. I hope
Thank
I've
you.
answered majority of the questions. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks a lot to everyone. Bye.